When Van Gogh painted The Beach of Scheveningen, he was practicing his ability to create depth. Notice the diminished scale and overlapping of the people and boats in the middle distance. Notice the large brushstrokes in the foreground compared to the smaller brushstrokes in the background. Notice also the use of diagonal lines that converge. These are techniques artists use to create the illusion of 3 dimensions. Van Gogh had some help from a perspective frame, a wood frame with wires stretched through it at different angles. By viewing the beach through the frame, Van Gogh could make an accurate assessment of the proportions of the scene in order to render these correctly onto a flat surface. He demonstrated this technique in a sketch he sent to his brother. This painting was created early in Van Gogh's career, when he was working in relative isolation at The Hague, Netherlands. It is one of his first oil paintings. He had recently decided that watercolors were too fluid for his forceful touch. Van Gogh wrote to his brother, "What we saw together in Scheveningen, sand, sea, and sky, is something I would most certainly hope to express sometime during my life." Do you think he succeeded? Vincent van Gogh was born in 1853 in Holland. From an early age, he loved to draw, and as a young man, he followed his uncle into business as an art dealer. At 27, after trying briefly to be a pastor, he enrolled in the Royal Academy of Art in Brussels. Over the next few years, Van Gogh immersed himself in drawing and painting. Van Gogh moved to The Hague, the location of The Beach of Scheveningen, after a dispute with his family over a refused marriage proposal to his first cousin. He later moved to Antwerp and finally in 1886 to Paris, where he met artists such as Henri Toulouse-Lautrec and Paul Gauguin. It was in Paris that Van Gogh moved from the earth tones of the painting you see here to the vibrant colors you might be more familiar with. Van Gogh suffered from painful anxiety and frequent bouts of mental illness. He is perhaps most notorious for cutting off a portion of his left ear after a fight with Gauguin and giving a piece to a prostitute. He died at 37 from what is presumed to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Van Gogh had little financial success in his lifetime, but his fame grew in the late 1880s, and today his works are among the most valuable paintings in the world.